My
Symba,
boy,
welcome to the show, man.
my boy.
How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing, brother?
Doing pretty well. I love the new album. First of all, let me thank you for making such a great quality album in the midst of hip hop. I mean, you know the state of the game nowadays. No one likes hip like lyrics anymore. Don't run from rap. There it is.
Yeah, nah, definitely, man. I'm a fan of what like I love the melody music. I love what some of the young kids do, bro. I said kids like I ain't young myself, but you feel me? I just come from a lyrical background, bro. I come from where you had to have those bars, but also I knew in today's era, man, it's tough to get the bars off with so much. It's too much going on in the world. You know what I mean? It's hard to sit down and consume bars these days with everything that's going on from Instagram to
Yeah.
YouTube to Twitter. So I wanted to, put it together in a way to where it was digestible. I didn't want to overdo the bars, but give it just enough and put some sprinkles and some catchy shit on there to where we could all bounce and vibe to, but then jump right back into the lyrics.
My favorite song on the album, I think you're already gonna know. Back Again.
Back again. I thought you was gonna say reality is.
Reality is nasty. That's
A
nasty.
lot
But
of
Back
people
Again,
been
it's
saying
got that boom
reality
back.
is.
It's got that
Yeah,
boom back.
Back Again is one of my favorite songs too, bro. I actually cried making that song.
Yeah.
Um, my little brother actually just lost his girlfriend because of that song.
Oh damn.
She left him. She got mad. She said, "Why is your brother talking about me like this?" But I wasn't even talking about her. I was really having a conversation with my little brother as far as, you're too young to be caught up in love at the moment. Live your life.
Yeah.
He's a freshman in college,
Mhm.
so it's like you can't be obsessed with one thing right now. You got to focus on you, and you can't help nobody or be what you want to be to somebody else until you everything to yourself. So we was having a conversation, bro, and he was kind of down about, things he was going through with his girl. And, that conversation, I just took it and put it into that second verse, man. And that's actually one of my favorites too.
Mhm.
Shout out my boy Flip for making that beat.
Yeah, that was fire. See, we can't have conversations like this with artists from the new school because there's nothing to talk about.
Man, I think, man, a lot of artists from the new school, bro, they come from backgrounds that I kind of left behind. It's like they still in some of that shit that they talking about, bro. So they can't really go too much into detail with what they doing and who they are because they still involved in things that they trying to get out of. So we can't blame them, bro. We just gotta, support them until they able to make that transition, and hopefully they make that transition successfully. But I'm an open book, bro. I've been grinding for this my whole life. I ain't got nothing to hide, man. We could talk about whatever.
Yeah. But that's the thing, man. Even you said that they may be caught in what they're going through, but let the MCs win. Because I called you an MC. I call you an
Yeah,
MC because you're good with the bars.
yeah,
You're a student of the game and you respect it. A lot of young artists that I sit down with, they'll say that, oh, yeah, I like these old artists, but they do nothing to pay homage to them. They don't bring them out at shows. They don't acknowledge them in their raps. The raps sound nothing like them. But at
yeah,
least you understand. I know your major influences are Jay-Z, Drake,
yeah,
DMX,
yeah. You got
Tupac.
it. You got it. You got it, bro. You right on it. That's everybody I idolize, man. What I would say with the younger artists, bro, is like you saying they're young, bro. So if a kid, I was born in '92, right? So if a kid's born in 2000, he doesn't really know too much about Tupac. Tupac died 4 years before he was born. Biggie died 5 years or 4 years before he was born. So he doesn't really know about that. And he grew up on a Lil Wayne. That's his Tupac. So I'm
Yeah.
kind of someone that's the last of that era, that was kind of fortunate enough to see that era and be young enough to where I had uncles and older homies that put me on game to where when I became who I am today, I was able to apply that into my music from what I learned just seeing growing up. But
Mhm.
for some people, bro, they doing what they seen grow up, bro. Lil Wayne, T.I., Nelly. Like we seeing a lot of the melody, Ja Rule. Like
Yeah.
it's a lot of people that grew up on that and they kind of transitioned themselves into that. So I salute all the youngins, bro, because I feel like what they do is rap. I feel like they do rap. They just do it in a different format, and we can't we can't hold back their creativity because time is the one thing that's going to forever move on. So we got to move with it. We can't expect them to go back and rewind when things are moving forward constantly. You know, so we gotta allow them time to be who they are. And, you know, it's up to us to give them that game and tell them, you know, where we come from and what we seen. And, you know, hopefully they could tap in with an artist like Symba and see, oh, this is what rap used to feel like. It's just in a today's feel of it.
Conscious rap, and it's timeless. And something about your album, I listened to your album like 4 or 5 times since it's dropped. It's got great replay value. I can't, like I said, I keep going to the new artist. Can't name a new artist. I mean, you're not new. You've been out for a couple of years, so I mean, not too many albums I could say that come out recently.
I'm still new.
Yeah, you're new to the game. I'm telling you that. You're getting a lot of press around the world. You're getting a lot of press, especially on major media outlets. I saw Funk Flex is ready to have you up there.
Yeah, shout out Flex, man. We're gonna go up there and burn it down for sure.
Yep. I'm curious, man, how well versed are you? Because growing up in 1992 in the 80s hip hop, did you really listen to, let's say, some of the artists of Kool Moe Dee and Kool G Rap?
See, I miss Kool Moe and Kool G Rap. Like, I kind of was big on Hove. You know, my family, I come from a line of hustlers. So my family was big on the hustle rap. I feel like Hove and Big and, like, you know, Wu-Tang, like they brought in the hustlers perspective of hip hop. Like we got the, you know, in the 80s, it was broken glass everywhere. People walking on the streets like they just don't. And I remember my uncles and them would be talking about these things, but when Big and Hove and Wu-Tang and NWA and Pop, all these things started coming out, Naughty by Nature, it was like my uncles and everybody I was around was like, this is how we living. Like, this is what we living every day. This what relates to our life. So I naturally gravitated to that because that's what I was around all the time. So when I started doing music, I was like, you know, I kind of want to have that feel in my music. I want people to feel something. I don't just always want to give them the same thing. I feel like that's why my project has great replay values, because it doesn't sound like one long song. You know, sometimes artists catch a hit and then they put an album out and the album is just full of shit that just consistently sounds like that one song, that one. With me, I tried to make an experience to where you go through different emotions. You know, like the albums we grew up on in the early 2000s, it took you on the experience. You would start here and you would move around, but then you would come back here. So you start at I'm For Real and Touch the Sky and Reality Is, which is giving you game and real music and real hip hop, right? And then now we can go on this journey through Big Homie and We Tried and Gotta Love It, and we can end with Back Again, which is the same feel as a Touch the Sky. You know, so it's just a complete just trip, bro, around the project to where people could just go through the experience and it's something for everybody.
You definitely had a lot of vibes on there, 2000s, 90s, of course, with the boom bap. We Tried remind me a lot of Nelly. I heard Nelly in that song for some reason.
It's like that Nelly, Ja Rule. I was big on that. I loved like the Ja Rule era, bro. I love the Nelly era. Just cats coming in with that melody wave. I feel like it made hip hop what it is today. It helped us understand how to make better songs and not just be rappers. Yeah. And when I first heard that song, I was actually in the studio with my boy Jakai, who's on there. And I just heard the hook. The beat came on, and I was, I ain't had no words, just nothing, just the melody. I went in there, laid it. I sat on it for about 30 minutes, had the words, boom, went in there, laid it. And I was like, man, this got that Ja Rule, like this got that Murder Inc. kind of feel, that early 2000s. And Jakai jumped on and brought that, you know, that young element to it and spiced it up, and we made it a beautiful thing, bro. That's actually one of my favorite records on there too. So shout out to Jakai, shout out to D8, got that dope. One of my favorite songs right there, We Tried. Yep, that's a good one. You mentioned Jay-Z being a huge inspiration. Do you think he's the greatest of all time? Because it was his birthday last week. I'm kind of not that big of a Jay-Z advocate. He's one of the greatest, but when people call him the greatest of all time, I get a little flippy because I feel as though that just is just disrespect to everyone that comes around like before him, because
I feel as though there's so many great MCs like that I think are lyrically better than Jay-Z. And I can name Big Pun, Big L, Rakim, Cool G Rap. Even Biggie, I think Biggie is better lyrically than Jay-Z. But
when you
when
consider the
people call him the
greatest
greatest of all time, that's why I'm just like, I can't have it.
to me, he's the greatest of all time. And to me, the reason I say that is because I don't just consider lyrics,
Mm-hmm.
right? So yeah, we might be able to say someone is lyrically better than Jay-Z, but they probably never sold as many records as Jay-Z. They never made the $1 billion off hip hop that Jay-Z did. They never opened the door for other artists. They're not married to Beyonce. They don't own Rock Nation, bro. You see what I'm saying?
Come on.
They don't own their masters, bro. They don't reinvent the culture year after year, bro. They didn't create the current formula of music that we're going to today, where he sold 1 million copies to a Samsung before the album dropped and before streaming was this big thing that we're all on today. He was already on it. So when people call Hov the greatest, it's not just about his lyricism. It's about everything he's provided to the culture. 21 Savage goes to jail. Hov's right there. A young kid gets in trouble, goes to jail. Hov is right there to help get him out. Anything you made, and then he doesn't even talk about it. This is just things he do on his own. So from what he's contributed to the culture, bro, to the music, to just who he is and what he's done in the short amount of time he's been on this planet, bro, we could look at a Big time was cut short, so we couldn't see what Big could all the way become. We couldn't see what Pac could become. We didn't see what Big L could become. We didn't see what Big Pun could become because all four of those guys are not here today. Hov was rapping then, and Hov is rapping now. So because of that, bro, you got to give it up.
You can. I'm not. Because in the 1995 Stretch and Bobbito freestyle with Big L and Jay-Z, Big L, he daddied him.
I feel you, bro. Big L was a different thing. I think Hov understood the business more.
Yeah.
I think Hov understood, like he says, truthfully, I want to rhyme like common sense, but I sold 5 mil and I ain't been rhyming like common sense. So he can go there. He can give you the Big L bars, but he's telling you, yo, bro, I'm making these records. I'm doing business over here. We're going platinum. We're not just rapping over here. Mm-hmm. So to be able to come in with that mindset and stand on that and become who he is to this day and be a founding father of the culture, bro, I'm forever grateful for Jay-Z and what he's done to make me feel like I can achieve it.
Well, hopefully you become bigger than Jay-Z. That's what I hope.
Hey, man. That's the goal, man. That's the goal for us to pass it down to the youth and them to do more. Hopefully I can. I pass it down to somebody and they do more than what I do.
Yep. I saw on the iTunes music charts you're currently at number 27. How you feeling, man?
Yeah, it feels great, bro. It feels great, man. Like I said, bro, my whole expectations with the project was to just find where the fans were. I never had no expectations of being on charts or, being on the browser part of Apple Music,
I know. As soon as you open up iTunes, you're right there.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I never expected that. So, I mean, it's all a blessing for me, bro. I'm just glad that people are receiving the project. And I'm actually in the studio right now cooking up the next one, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm in here right now.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Now tell me about signing to Atlantic.
Yeah. So basically, man, I had a homie, my homie Cass, bro. He had invited me to an Ox Corps party at Dallas Martin, senior vice president of Atlantic. He was having an Ox Corps party, and he invited Cass. Cass invited me, and I came through, and everybody was playing music, and they was kind of playing the same style of music and everything. So he was like, man, don't you be rapping on Instagram? Because this is around the time when I started developing a small following from just freestyling on my Instagram. I was like, yeah. He was like, play some music. So I played a song. He was like, what the fuck? So he was like, what you doing tomorrow? I'm like, nothing. He brought me back in for a meeting the next day. No, it wasn't the next day. It was a couple days after. He brought me in for a meeting a couple days after. He was like, what you doing tomorrow after the meeting? I was like, shit. He was like, let's go to New York. I'm like, all right, we're going to New York. We went to New York. We met with Craig, Julie, and Kaiser, and it's like, you know, you hear these names, you know, Julie Greenwald, Craig Cowman, Mike Kaiser, you hear these names and you know they're important people, but you don't quite know how important they are. So my homie's hyped up, the meeting went good, he's telling me, and I know they're important, but I'm still not knowing how important they are. So my homie's hyped up, bro. We left the meeting, everything went great. Julie loved the music. I signed my deal, man, in October of 2019, last year. I signed, and we just started cooking up the project right away. We actually had a project ready to go in April, which was what we were leading off with Serve and Birds in the Bando. And the quarantine happened, and I just felt like with the quarantine and everything, I felt like the project wouldn't have felt the same because you needed to move around to hear that project. And I was like, we got to cook something new up. So I just recorded a gang of new songs, bro, and here I am talking to you with Don't Run From R.A.P, number 27, the number 27th album on iTunes right now.
And it's gonna keep going up. It's gotta.
Yeah, man. I hope it do, bro. If it goes up or it goes down, whatever it do, we gonna continue to work to where it gets to the people. That's my main concern. Is it gets to the people and it touches the people, and it opens up a lane for me to be able to continue to drop music.
Mm-hmm. Don't run from rap. Responsibilities and principles. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Don't run from responsibilities and principles. We all have responsibilities and principles that we believe in. You know, yours might be different from mine, but we have them. And you don't want to run from that because that's who makes you who you are. At a point in time, I ran from rap. I was doing melody music, writing for other people, seeing how I was working for those guys. And I was like, man, I want this same thing for me. But that wasn't what was for me. You know, what was for me was to be able to rap and apply what I learned from them to my raps. And I'm forever grateful, bro, for what I learned and, you know, where I've messed up because it helped me get things right. It helped me learn. I appreciate every era, every trial and tribulation because it helped me learn which way not to go and how to do things the right way. So, you know, when I came up with this slogan, Don't Run From R.A.P, me and my homie, it really just meant don't run from yourself more than don't run from rap. You know, don't run from responsibilities and principles. The responsibilities and principles we set for ourselves, don't run from those because that's what make you who you are.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, you're not running from rap, rhythm, and poetry. I know that.
Yeah. I like that one too.
Yeah, you're not running from that. A lot of these new guys are. But I mean, 2 Chainz is on the new album, Ty Dolla $ign, Moneybagg Yo, OT Genesis.
Yeah.
I mean, tell me what it was like working with those guys for this album.
Man, I call my boy OT Genesis 27 flat now because he pulled up and laid the verse in 27 minutes flat.
That's quick.
Ty, actually, that song came by way of Hitmaker. So we actually didn't get in the studio, but Hitmaker played the song and it was actually structured a different way than what you heard. And when I heard it, I was like, man, I think this might sound better right here. And I kind of started moving things over and I plugged my verse in and added the verse on the end, just kind of made it my own. Moneybagg, the same situation. It was an email thing, you know, bro, I need a verse, woo woo. Dallas sent him over the beat. He sent the verse back. 2 Chainz, bro, that was a blessing because we kind of developed a relationship last year. Mm-hmm. So we've kind of been seeing each other. I've actually had the opportunity to go to his house and watch him record and hang with him and ask him questions that I was able to apply to my project. One thing he taught me was just to keep recording. Don't record with a specific date in mind or a thought in mind or a concept. Just record and let things develop as they go and it'll all work out. So shout out to Chainz for teaching me that. But yeah, he blessed me with the verse, bro. Video was amazing. The energy in the video was great. Shout out to Chainz, man. Shout out to the whole True Camp, Street Exec Camp, man. My boy Sleepy Rose over there. Shout out Tech. So y'all got a lot of love for those guys.
It's incredible. I'm looking forward to just seeing what you do in the future. Is there any features that you want, for the next project that you're thinking of?
Man, I want to work with the greats, bro. But I gotta work my way there. Mm-hmm. You know, I understand it's not easy to get a Jay-Z verse. It's not easy to get a Drake verse. It's not easy to get a Kendrick Lamar verse.
No, you should get a Drake verse. I mean, there's been so many garbage artists that Drake has given a verse to.
I mean, you never know you never know what was Drake's plan with that, bro. Drake probably had, a special place for those guys. He probably knew those guys and seen those guys going through tough times and wanted to help pull them out of their situation. You never know, man. Drake, from what I hear, is a guy with a big heart, and I've never heard nothing bad about him. I always heard he looks out for people. So you never know, what it could have been for his reason for, turning somebody up. But I know when we meet, man, whether we do music or not, it'll definitely just be an honor to pick his brain and just see how he's pulled this 10 to 13-year runoff, just constantly and consistently. So shout out to Drake, shout out to Kendrick, and J. Cole as well. Those are two. I want to work with the greats, bro. Shout out to my boy Meek Mill as well.
Yep. I've heard the story with Meek Mill and you being in the studio with him, and he told you that you inspired him.
Yeah, for sure, man. He was like, bro, you inspired me, which inspired me.
Yeah.
When he said that, it inspired me to go home and just like work harder and become a better rapper, because somebody that I look up to and idolize telling me like, bro, you just inspired me. And I think it was more so I inspired him just the hunger, he comes from the same background I come from, just, different locations to where we come from, being around street environments and battle rapping and having that hunger and trying to make it out. So I think he could identify with that. And that's kind of what I always loved about Meek. He always put on for, people like me and where I come from. So I'm forever grateful to the big homie Meek, man. Shout out to the whole Dream Chaser camp.
Has he reached out to you at all about the new album?
No, not yet, man. I know he's cooking up. We actually got a mutual friend, and business partner as well, Donnie Meadows. And we kind of, speak here and there through him. You know what I mean? But we definitely gonna leak. Bro just been busy. He got a lot going on, bro. He's fucking out here freeing people from jail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He cooking up an album. He just signed a $20 million deal with Lids. Like, bro,
yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Bro is on another level. So it's like when he find time, man, I'm sure he'll come across it, man. But whether he do it, whether he don't, it's always love, bro.
Mm-hmm. What's his classic album? If he has a classic,
I think Dreams and Nightmares.
I agree.
Is one. I think it's early, but you could say Championships. I think it's early, but if you give it some time. But I definitely think Dreams and Nightmares. I was even a fan of Wins and Losses. Big fan of Wins and Losses. Big fan of DC4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Meek fan, bro. I'm a real Meek fan. I love Meek, bro. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Meek.
How about Kendrick for classic albums?
He got 3. Every album he's dropped is a classic. Matter of fact, he has 4. Section 80, Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly, and Damn. All 4 classic albums. He hasn't missed.
I'll give you 3. Damn, I'm not letting. It's too commercial for me. Damn was too commercial for me. I only like Duckworth.
Damn is great, bro. Damn is great. Damn, to me, is a perfect blend of To Pimp a Butterfly and Good Kid, Mad City. To me, he blended those 2 albums perfect for a 3rd album. And to me, that's why it's a classic, just as an artist, to be able to take those feels and those sonics and blend them and still be Kendrick, still give us bars. Mm-hmm. DNA is bars. The feel is bars. Duckworth is storytelling. It's bars, but he's giving us bars, bro. Like, he's giving us bars. Shout out to Kendrick.
Yeah, I don't want to hear Humble again. I've heard that too many times.
I love Humble, man. Bitch, be humble. Sit down.
Oh, man. That's just crazy. Because when you said 3, I was like, it's got to be Section 80. When you said Damn, I was like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, nah, I rock with Damn, bro. Damn is actually one of my favorite Kendrick albums, bro. I actually was listening to Damn this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Kendrick, bro. Kendrick was actually one of the first guys to like kind of show me love. I remember being in Vegas and we actually have a mutual friend, Chelsea. Shout out to the goon, Chelsea Blythe. She introduced us years ago and he had a show in Vegas and he seen me. He was like, man, come up here. He brought me up there, let me kick it and, watch the show and everything. So that's the big homie, man. Shout out to K-Dot.
Mm-hmm. As far as producers go, have you thought about tapping in with a producer or let's say DJ Premier?
For sure.
Yeah. For
sure. That's definitely gonna happen. Premier, I want to work with everybody, bro. Everybody that's dope. And my boy Bink, shout out Bink. you know, who did a lot of early Rockefeller stuff. I want to work with all the greats, bro, to help me mature as a rapper, a writer, an artist. I feel like all those guys they've been through it. Timberland, Swiss Beats, they've done it over and over and over, so they know the formula, they know why it works.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still finding my why. You know, they know why it works. So I definitely want to continue to, you know, vibe with the greats and link with those guys. Sorry, my phone's going crazy.
Oh, it's all good.
Definitely want to vibe with the greats and be able to link with those guys, man, and be able to get on that level one day.
Mm-hmm. Now, what was the reason for why it's been so long since we've heard a project from you? Because I mean, you got all the talent there, man, and this is I think the wait was worth it, though. The wait was worth it.
For sure. Not only just finding myself as an artist, but finding the right team to represent me. I felt like I kept hitting a ceiling. Every time I would put out music, it would only go so far, and I would get a certain amount of views and a certain amount of people would see it, and a week later it'll be over with. So I was just like, man, I want to figure out why this keeps happening. And I took my time to figure out I didn't have the right team. I wasn't positioning myself right as an artist. I wasn't giving people the music that they wanted to hear from me. I would, you know, see what worked for somebody else and kind of duplicate that and put something out when people met me as an authentic lyricist. And I was kind of running away from that. That's where Don't Run From R.A.P comes from. So, you know, just being able to own in on that, finding myself through that, sitting in studios with people that's done this thing over and over and over and learning from them. And once I felt I was ready, last year is when I signed my deal, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna start, you know, really thinking about making a project. And then my best friend, one of my best friends right here on my chain, Bugsy, rest in peace, Bugsy.
Rest in peace.
RBC forever, shout out Stu, shout out Doe. Once he died on New Year's. He was killed on New Year's in Atlanta. And he died, and then Kobe died, and another one of my friends, Vincent, died. And I was just like, yo, I got to make this year count. Like, I got to get a project out this year. I got to do something this year. And I just went in, bro, and just went hard. And December 4th came, and we turned it up, man.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's been a year from hell, but at least we got some good out of it, especially with the new album.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. It's gonna get back, though, man. Hopefully we get this thing cleared up soon and we can get back to normal.
Yeah, well, we're getting the demon out of the White House, so.
Man, bro, I hope he concedes soon, man. This guy acting like he don't want to leave.
Yeah, he's trying to start a coup, a political coup.
Yeah, he's crazy.
He really is, man. It's unbelievable. I want to get into a little sports talk because I cover sports on my show. Being from Oakland, how do you feel about the Raiders being in Las Vegas?
Man, bro, it's a bittersweet feeling, bro. Like I said, bro, I love the business of shit, just business in general. So I understand the business move. It's a great business move, but just for the culture of the Raiders, I feel like, you know, it takes a little bit away. Oakland is a great fan base, bro, and for us to just, you know, lose the Raiders as an organization, it sucks. Yeah. The Bay rides so hard. It's T-shirts flying around going the Lost Oakland Raiders in the Bay right now. You know what I mean? They still ride it. So I think it's a bittersweet thing because for the city, we lost a big piece of Oakland, but you know, for the brand of the Raiders and for the business and, you know, for everybody involved, the players, I think it's a great move for them.
Who's your favorite Raider of all time?
Charles Woodson.
Legendary cornerback. Yep. Woodson. And the Raiders came up with the clutch win on Sunday.
Yeah, man. I actually missed it, bro, but I caught it. I caught the highlights. They came through at the last minute.
Yep.
Came through it. I actually been missing a lot of football this season because I've been working on the project, but I'm gonna pick back up this weekend.
Mm-hmm. How about basketball? Are you a Laker fan?
I'm a Los Angeles Warrior. I am a Golden State Laker.
Golden State, like both of them.
Sometimes they call me Draymond James, or they might call me LeBron Green. You know?
Yeah.
Nah. Two of my favorite players, and not just players, people in life, man. play for two different teams. One is LeBron James, the other is Draymond Green. And being from the Bay, I'm naturally a Warriors fan, but you know, the Warriors had some tough times in the early 2000s, bro, in the late 90s. And
Yep.
as a kid growing up, we naturally gravitated to what Shaq and Kobe was doing, and I became a Lakers fan.
Yeah.
And once the Warriors started winning, I jumped back on the bandwagon, and I was a Warriors fan again. And not the recent when they started winning from the We Believe season with Stack and Matt Barnes and Baron Davis. Shout out those guys. But from that season on, I was like, oh, I'm rocking back with the Warriors again, but I still rock with the Lakers because the Lakers won 2 seasons after that. So I was just like, man, I'm rocking with both. I'm a Golden State Laker, man.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of the Bay, I saw on your Instagram that E40 gave you a call. How was that moment?
Bro, it was unbelievable, bro. He gave me so much game. We talked for about 30 minutes. Gave me a lot of game, man. One of my main questions was, you know, same thing I would like to ask Drake. How did you last so long? It's so hard in this industry just to get a 2-3 year run. And for somebody like 40 who's been here 30 plus, it's like you need to ask those questions to help apply that, you know, to your philosophy. So he gave me a lot of great answers, a lot of great game, a lot of great stories on the past and how things changed and everything, bro. Shout out to my Uncle 40, man, the goon with the spoon. Make sure y'all check out my dog cooking show, man. He going crazy right
Yeah.
now.
You guys gonna have a track in the works in the future?
It's already done.
Oh, it's already done.
It's on the way.
Yeah, it's on the way.
Shout out my boy Polo, man, from Trill Youngins. It's on the way.
Oh, that's gonna be a fire. That's gonna be a fire. How about anything with Neff the Pharaoh?
Yeah, me and Neff actually have music together. It's just old music, but
Okay.
we definitely gonna link up. We got a lot of mutual friends. Shout out Willie Joe. Shout out my boy Ken Vallejo Ken. We got a lot of mutual friends. Neff's been my guy since when he first came out. Like Neff's been doing his thing, so we definitely gonna lock in. That's my boy.
Mm-hmm. I think I saw on your Instagram too. Shaq shouted you out, right?
The GOAT, the most dominant of all time.
Yep.
The most dominant of all time.
And
man.
people don't always know this guy has songs with Biggie Smalls, Keith Murray. He's got great hip hop albums too.
He's got platinum hip hop albums.
Platinum. Yep.
Hip hop albums.
Still can't stop the rain. Platinum.
Shaq said he went platinum, and he realized in that moment it wasn't enough money in rap for him.
How about a song with Shaquille O'Neal? Would you do a song with him?
I'm definitely down. I'm definitely down, man. Shit, I'm down for anything legendary, bro. I feel like, you know, our time here is limited. We should do all we can while we're here to leave behind a legacy for people to follow. So I'm down, bro.
I'd love to hear that. Something that I caught on the album too, I think that's important for just anyone out there just trying to get what they're going, is that you basically stopped helping out others or something. I think I heard on one of the records, and basically applied everything to yourself to even get where you're going.
Yeah, sometimes trying to help everybody else and make you forget about your own shit. I was taught to bring up whoever helped me get there. But sometimes the person who helped you get there don't play shit fair. Yep. Most times you find a common goal and people switch theirs. It's like you bring them to the table just to fight over the big chair. You know, it's one of those lines where it's like you might start off with somebody, and Jay-Z said this once, you never know who your real friends are till y'all both got some money. You know, that's why I say Hove is a GOAT, because he taught me things like this as a youngster, and I've lived it recently, you know. So you get around people, bro, who might help you. In the beginning, they might help you invest in your music or a mixtape or a video, and then things start moving, you pay them back, you know, and then you start developing your own family, your own house, your own success for your own self, and they do their thing, but they feel like your success is forever entitled to them because they were a part of it in the beginning, and that's not true. You know, we helped each other. I helped you get to where you at just as much as you helped me. Yep. So sometimes people change the reason that they got in the business with you for because they want it to be about something else that is currently not about. And you got to know how to, it's tough, but you got to know how to leave those people behind and let them go. It's forever love, and we always talk, and, you know, but as far as us being on a day-to-day basis and hanging out every day, it's like it's not healthy for who you may be as a person. So you got to kind of leave those people behind, man, to get to where you're trying to go.
And I think you made the right decision because you're doing you now.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yep, you're doing you now. So just get into the next project, man. You're already working on it. When do you think you're going to release it? Because, I mean, it took you a while. You took a while for this one. So are you going to take just as long with that, or you're ready? You're going to start just flooding the airways here with content?
I'm coming right back. I can't give you a date. My boy over here flagging me right now.
Yeah.
I can't give you a date.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
But it's for sure coming very, very, like, sooner than people would think. It's coming though, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Any more visuals for the new album?
We got a lot of visuals. That's what we want to do. We want to get these visuals out. Yeah. We want to take the first half of the year to get these visuals out and continue to push Don't Run From R.A.P. And, you know, after the first half of the year, it's time to light it back up.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's go into the future here, which is, it's kind of hard at times, but let's say we look at an album like Tupac, All Eyes on Me, or even Public Enemies, It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. How are we going to look back on Don't Run From R.A.P. in 5 years?
I think whether it gets the accolades it deserves or not, I think it's done what it was supposed to do within the industry. I think my job is done with it. And that was to give a blueprint on what a rapper looks like in 2020. For the last few years, we've heard people say rap music doesn't sell, rap music doesn't stream, no one wants to hear lyrics, it's boring. Where's the melody? We've been hearing that for years. I think what I did is, not even I know what I did because I know what I was doing while I was doing it. I was trying to show the industry that it's possible, and this is how you do it. This is a formula for every record label to go sign rappers, and now they know, oh shit, okay, 8 songs of substance, 4 singles. Right? I'm gonna say it again. Yep. 8 songs of substance, yeah. 4 singles. I just gave y'all a formula. Go find a rapper that knows how to rap. Find him 8 songs of substance and 4 singles. Mm-hmm. And that's how you can get music out on a rapper today. Now the music has to be dope. You can't just be 8 songs of just whack substance,
garbage,
and whack cadences. You still got to know how to spice that shit up and make it what it's supposed to be. But I think that's what Don't Run From R.A.P. is. I think when we look back, people will say, Don't Run From R.A.P. made it cool to rap again.
Well, why do you think that it's not cool to rap anymore? You've definitely brought something back here to the table. You brought it back. You're making it cool. Why is it not cool to rap anymore?
I think we as artists have to reinvent rap. We're in a melody age. Everybody has the auto-tune. Everybody's doing melody. So you got to get crafty with these bars. We can't keep giving them the same, I flip bricks like a gymnastic. You know, like my pop grew up and left me. I was a bastard. Like, we've heard that cadence in those bars so many times. We've never heard, just in case haters don't understand why I'm feeling myself like I lost my keys. You know, like we haven't heard those type of bars. So I think where we are now is the creativity that goes into R&B lyrics and the wittiness that goes into R&B, we have to now put those in rap cadences and make those same lyrics creative and make them be heard in ways that people have never heard them and digested them. I think we got to just reinvent it and keep finding new, fresh ways to do it. We can't expect people to be in the present and go back in the past to find the future.
I've gone in the past. I don't know what the future is or the present at that fact.
Now you got to go in the past sometimes, but at the same time, the only thing that's constant, bro, is change and time, so we can't live in the past. We can always go back and, bring things forward, but we have to continue to move forward and grow and move forward as people and as a culture. And we can't, be so rebellious against what we might not understand at the moment. Let's try to at least understand things before we rebel against it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's got to work both ways. the people that aren't rapping got to understand where we're coming. Well, I'm not a rapper. Where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
no,
you're the
definitely.
branch, though. You're the branch. Like, I put you, Griselda, and Dave East into the growth of hip
Yeah,
hop. You
yeah.
you all
We're
maintain
the
your own
guys that's
sound and you're lyrical.
we're trying to bridge that gap, bro. Shout out to East, shout out to Griselda. I haven't had the opportunity to meet those guys yet, but love what they doing. But we're the bridge, bro, to say, hey, I'm not gonna diss the youth, bro, because I love the youth. I love what the young kids do, bro. I love what Uzi do. I ride to Uzi, bro. You know, I ride to NBA Youngboy. I ride to Lil Durk. Like, you know, I ride to these songs. So I can't knock what they do because I'm a fan of it.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, I come from something else that I love to do. You know what I mean? Just how I love to listen to the young guys, I love to listen to what I come from. So I like to, you know, bridge the two. And I feel through doing that, the young guys will feel like, oh, bro, they not dissing us. They trying to learn from us. My
Mhm.
boy Sleepy Rose taught me some shit the other day in the studio. He's a lot younger than me, young artist coming out of Atlanta right now. Taught me some shit that I never would have thought of. So we can't knock them because sometimes the youth have information that we didn't have access to when we was growing up, and they could
Yeah.
teach us some shit that we didn't know.
Mhm. Something that's interesting about your craft and what you do is that you're not boxed into that Bay Area sound. You,
Yeah,
you sound like you can basically come from anywhere, even New York. We're back
for
again.
sure,
I mean,
for
I'll
sure.
give another example. Schoolboy Q, big West Coast rapper, but he sounds like an East Coast rapper.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I was always like East Coast influenced, bro. I
Yeah.
was influenced on the West as well, but I love, like I said, I loved Hove. I listened to a lot of Jay-Z, a lot of DMX, a lot of Murder Inc., G Unit. I listened to a lot of those guys growing up, so it was influenced in me just as a kid. So when I started making music, that was naturally the type of beats I liked because that was the shit I liked that they was rapping on,
Yep.
and it just naturally brought it out of me.
What's your top 5 hip hop albums of all time?
That's tough, bro. In no order:
Yeah, no order. Yeah.
Jay-Z, The Blueprint; Kanye West, College Dropout; Tupac, All Eyes on Me.
Mm-hmm.
I got a couple Tupac. I'm gonna just say All Eyes on Me. Tupac, All Eyes on Me. Biggie, Life After Death.
Mm-hmm.
Drake, Take Care.
That's interesting. I've never heard anyone put Take Care in the top 5. I like that
That's a
though. That's a
that's a
classic.
that's a classic album to me, bro. Just sonically, the content, conceptual. It's not a miss on that album where he was in his point in his career. Where, like I was saying, music was in a transitional point right then and there. We was going from the heavy hip hop shit into the melodic thing. So for him to just own that in that second album and just take it to new heights that the first album didn't go to, it was inspiring, bro.
I'm gonna give you my top 5. You got
Okay,
All Eyes on Me, Life After
okay,
Death, Illmatic,
okay,
Capital Punishment,
okay.
and The Great Adventures of Slick Rick.
Ooh, yeah, you got the class. You a real hip hop head.
Yeah.
Yeah, you into it. You
Yeah.
into it. I'm
Now you
actually,
see why I'm
man.
so hard on the youth.
Yeah, nah, I see it. I see it, bro. I'm actually, man. I'm working on some stuff right now that's like heavy boom bap shit. I'm gonna get your contact because I'm gonna start sending you some stuff early so you can vibe out.
Yeah. I appreciate that. You know, I got you with the rotation at St. John's. I got my own radio station going. I just
Yeah.
announced today all my podcasts are now on iHeartRadio. So,
Oh man, congratulations,
yeah,
bro.
thanks, man. Thanks.
Congratulations to you, man. That's a blessing, bro.
Yep. I appreciate that, man. I mean, keep doing what you're doing for the culture. But I think you were going to say something before about, because you called me a real hip hop head. I think you were going to say something after that.
Oh shit, what I was about to say? No, I was just gonna say I was gonna send you some. I was gonna
Oh,
send you
that's what it
some
was.
stuff.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
because I got too
Because I'm
carried
working
away
on
when
some
you.
heavy influenced hip hop stuff right now. But I'm gonna send you some stuff so you can vibe out with it.
No doubt, man. Anything else that you love to tell the audience here?
Man, just to any you know, I say this a lot, to any young artist in here, you know, young entrepreneur, anybody chasing a dream, going against the norm or what your parents might be telling you to do or what your friends telling you to do. Just believe in you, believe in yourself. Don't feel like you have to force yourself into other people's advice. Go with what you feel. Follow your heart, not your gut. Follow your gut in certain circumstances, and you'll learn how to, follow the two here and there. But always follow your heart and follow what's true to what you love. And you'll always find yourself in a great position. So never give up on yourself. Stay focused. I know it's hard out there. I know y'all probably DMing people trying to get seen. They probably not seeing it. You trying to get your music heard. The best thing you could do is just keep fucking going. Never stop, because somebody will see it. Just 3 weeks ago, I was plotting on my rollout. How we gonna get this album seen? How we gonna get this heard? I need people to hear this. I'm nervous because I don't want it to do what my last project did. And a week later, LeBron James, boom, he reposts me, and now I shoot up 100,000 followers in 3 weeks. So you never know when your time gonna come. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know how it happens. All you can do for it to happen is stay doing it. Stay consistent in it. Never give up, and something's gonna happen for you.
That's right. Important words right there. And anywhere we can purchase any vinyl copies, because as a real hip hop head, I collect my vinyls.
Soon, bro. We put it together. We got merch on the way. We got vinyl on the way. We got everything. It's a pandemic. It's tough right now trying to get everything ordered, and everything's backed up. And we didn't want to push the album back even more than where it was. So we got the music out. We got everything else on the way. It's coming though.
Yeah. Yeah, and dreams do come true. Like you said, LeBron James posted, that's insane, and already 27 on the iTunes, Apple Music charts, and it's only up from here, man. We'd love to have you back on the show when you drop the next project.
Man, before I drop the next project, man, we got to just, visit each other. I tap in about a month or two, and we see where the project is going.
Yeah. If you want to do an interview then, we could do an interview, talk about what you got coming up with that, yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it, brother.
All right, Symba, I would thank you again for coming on the show here at WSJU St. John's University Sports and Hip Hop with DJ Mad Max. Make sure you give him a follow on Instagram at The Real Symba, too.
Thank you. Everybody follow me at The Real Symba. Shout out to the whole university, man. Shout out to everybody taking those finals right now.
Yeah, it's a hectic week. Yep. Oh, Symba, I want you to take care and stay safe, all right?
Thank you, brother. You too, man.
No doubt.
All right.